The impala is sprinting at 80 kilometers per hour through the blinding dust. It is significantly faster than the predators aggressively chasing it from behind. It is agile, highly alert, and built specifically for rapid, explosive escapes. But the impala has already lost this hunt, and it will die today. Because the animals pursuing it do not care about raw speed at all. They are African wild dogs, and they are counting down the prey's heartbeat. They are not trying to catch the impala in a quick, explosive sprint. They are waiting for its internal body temperature to reach a fatal limit. This is not a race of speed, but a brutal test of physiological endurance. And in the African savanna, nobody outlasts a pack of wild dogs. The midday sun beats heavily down on the dry, cracked earth. Most predators are resting in the deep shade, avoiding the intense thermal heat. Lions and leopards cannot hunt when the temperature rises above 35 degrees Celsius. But this pack of painted dogs is actively moving across the open plains. They weigh only 25 kilograms, looking lean, fragile, and almost entirely harmless. They lack the crushing bite force of a hyena or the muscle of a lion. If a solitary wild dog fought an adult impala, it would likely be severely injured. But they never fight alone, and they never rely on raw physical strength. They operate as a single, highly synchronized biological machine with one collective mind. The pack stops suddenly, their large, rounded ears swiveling to catch distant sounds. A herd of grazing impalas is spotted just 300 meters away. The dogs do not crawl through the grass to launch a stealthy ambush. They simply walk directly toward the herd in plain, completely open sight. Panic instantly ripples through the impalas as they spot the approaching pack. The entire herd explodes into motion, scattering wildly in every possible direction. This is exactly what the alpha female of the wild dog pack wanted. She is closely watching the chaotic movement, analyzing the physical condition of every target. She locks her intense gaze onto a young male impala slightly behind the group. A short, sharp vocalization signals the pack, and the relentless pursuit officially begins. The impala instantly accelerates, his powerful hind legs pushing him to maximum speed. He easily puts 50 meters of distance between himself and the lead dog. He bounds over tall bushes, demonstrating incredible agility and explosive muscle power. The wild dogs maintain a steady, highly disciplined pace of 50 kilometers per hour. They are not trying to close the gap immediately or force a quick tackle. They are actively forcing the impala to keep running at its absolute maximum capacity. Stop. That massive burst of speed from the impala generates immense internal body heat. Antelopes must stop sprinting after 3 minutes, or their brains will physically overheat. The impala desperately slows down, needing to quickly lower its rising core temperature. But as he looks back, the painted dogs are still right there, maintaining their pace. He is forced to run again, pushing his cardiovascular system dangerously close to failure. The lead dog is breathing heavily, but its specialized anatomy prevents it from overheating. African wild dogs possess incredibly large lungs relative to their small body size. This physiological adaptation allows them to process massive amounts of oxygen while running continuously. They can maintain this grueling pace for over an hour without stopping once. And the pack is using a highly specialized, incredibly cruel hunting algorithm. The lead dog chasing the impala begins to show signs of physical fatigue. Immediately, another fresh dog running further back accelerates to take the absolute front position. The tired leader seamlessly falls back into the slipstream of the pack to quickly recover. They are running a perfectly executed relay race, constantly rotating their lead runners. The impala has no teammates to switch with. It must bear the physical strain entirely alone. Lactic acid is now flooding aggressively into the impala's leg muscles, causing immense pain. Its breathing is incredibly shallow, and thick white foam begins forming around its mouth. The dogs are not trying to bite its legs to physically bring it down yet. They are deliberately forcing it to keep changing directions, wasting its remaining energy. Every time the impala tries to turn back toward the safety of the trees, a dog blocks it. They systematically herd the exhausted animal toward an open, completely exposed dusty plain. The chase has now covered 3 kilometers, and the impala's stride is visibly shortening. Its head is hanging low, its once powerful jumps reduced to desperate, heavy steps. The wild dogs effortlessly match its slowing pace, staying exactly 10 meters behind. They are waiting for the exact moment the prey's physiological system entirely shuts down. The impala suddenly stumbles, its front legs trembling uncontrollably under its own body weight. It turns around to face its pursuers, completely unable to take another forward step. The entire pack immediately surrounds the exhausted animal in a tight, inescapable circle. There is no dramatic tackle, no crushing bite to the throat to quickly end the struggle. The impala is simply too exhausted to kick, too physically drained to fight back at all. The dogs begin their attack from multiple angles simultaneously, pulling the animal down. They consume their prey as quickly as possible, highly aware of larger approaching predators. This brutally efficient strategy is why African wild dogs are the ultimate apex hunters. Stop. Compare this to the heavily romanticized African lion, the supposed king of beasts. Lions fail to catch their targeted prey in 7 out of every 10 hunting attempts. Lions rely heavily on stealth, raw muscle, and short bursts of sudden energy. If the prey escapes the initial sudden ambush, the lion quickly gives up the exhausting chase. But African wild dogs succeed in an astonishing 80% of their organized hunts. They are statistically the most lethal and effective mammalian predators in the entire savanna. Their extremely high success rate is heavily required to sustain their large pack numbers. A pack must secure meat daily to feed the young pups safely hidden in the den. The adult dogs will return to the den and regurgitate the fresh meat for the offspring. This intense social bond ensures that the vulnerable future generation is always heavily prioritized. In the harsh African wilderness, individual strength is consistently punished by the environment. A single injury to a solitary leopard or cheetah is an absolute unavoidable death sentence. But a wild dog with a broken leg will be fed and fiercely protected by its entire pack. Their true weapon is not their sharp teeth, nor their physical running speed. Their true biological weapon is their unbreakable, highly synchronized social structure. The bloody remains of the impala are quickly picked clean by descending scavenging vultures. The painted dogs are already moving away, seeking shade before the midday heat returns. They leave nothing behind but scattered bones and a cloud of settling dust. In this brutal ecosystem, survival is never awarded to the fastest or the strongest. It is awarded to those who simply refuse to ever stop moving forward. The savanna remains an endless, unforgiving test of physiological endurance. And nobody outlasts a pack of wild dogs.